what happened?
Oh, there it is. Okay, I was looking for it
Where did, what, you guys changed topics on me and I missed it.
right here.
There's a proclamation that was.
Oh, yes, does Jackie have a diary?
Yeah, no, it's someone from, it's to do 4-H week. Because she's supposed to be here.
Oh, yeah,
She's going to
I like her.
attend, so, yes.
Instead of blocking
job.
the flag.
Yeah, you're probably tall enough you do that, don't you?
I look over and all I can
And
see is,
you,
I think all I
mister,
can see
keep
is,
them cooties down there, I want none.
I'm, no more fever, I'm good, so.
Okay.
You guys ready? Just making sure I got my notes.
it's nice that we're putting the 200 on the video.
I thought that was kind of cool.
Good.
It
At first
is
I
good.
thought it was like someone speaking, but
Yeah, the banner looks good. Who did the banner? Well, somebody did the banner.
sure Victor, right?
Yeah, looks
I was
good.
gonna- Yeah. Do we have a
There's
committee
Jackie.
for that to get
There's
ready?
Jackie. We
Yeah.
were just wondering if we were gonna get to see you.
Yeah, in fact, the president of that committee is sitting over there with the bow tie. The bicentennial president, right?
Do we have
Nice
more,
bow tie.
do we have more people engaged than just Elyria City as partners in this?
On the bicentennial committee?
So we make it countywide?
Yes, we have several different partners on the committee, and we're seeking 2 more.
Okay.
Are you drafting Commissioner
I
Riddell?
think, yeah, I think you just
that what
said.
you did?
Don't you know when you
No.
open up? Yeah.
I already have 38 committee assignments.
That's 1 more, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if you want to put me on the committee, it'll be 1 more I can't make because of conflict.
You can always send Mr. Gall.
Well, make sure you keep emailing Andrew. You know, I've been trying to get to the last couple ones and then,
We'd love to have any of you there. We have a
Ready?
meeting today at 2:30.
Yep.
and I already have it 2:00.
See, that's what happens.
That's what happens.
Are we on? I don't think I'm on. Can you hear me? No, I'm just talking about, oh, does he have to turn it on? We're ready.
It is live.
But this thing isn't. Mike,
hear
no,
it.
I don't think his microphone.
how about your mic? Is yours working?
Hello?
Nope, the mics are not working.
That's okay.
Victor?
Nobody wants to hear us, right?
The microphones aren't working.
None of them?
Check,
Okay.
check.
I fixed it, sorry.
Okay, no.
Hello? Hello?
Check, check.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, Dan.
All right.
Now we're on.
Oh,
where you
we're
do your
live? Okay. This is our, I won't go there. Okay, everybody, good morning. It is 10:30, February 24th, 2023. The Lorain County Board of Commissioners meeting. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oops, sorry. Oh, what?
I'm here.
All good?
Yep.
All right.
At the end here.
Commissioner Moore,
Here.
Commissioner Riddell,
Here.
Commissioner Hung.
Here.
All right, number 1, investments.
Are they turning up or no?
Victor?
Do we even have
There we go.
investments? There we go. Motion to approve.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore,
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell,
Aye.
Commissioner Hung.
Yes.
Number 2, appropriations. Bless you.
Okay, these are the appropriations. Any questions? If not, move to approve.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore,
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell,
Aye.
Commissioner Hung.
Yes.
Number 3, transfers.
Okay, any questions? If not, I move to approve.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore,
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell,
Aye.
Commissioner Hung.
Yes.
Number 4, advances repayments.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore,
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell,
Aye.
Commissioner Hung.
Yes.
Requisitions, number 5.
We only have 2 pages today.
Okay, yeah, I see.
Is there any questions in regards to page 1 or page 2? Go ahead, Victor. We do have the Record Center Director here, if anybody has any questions in regards to the request. Does anybody here on the board have any discussions or questions? Seeing none, then I make a motion to approve the requisitions.
Is there a second? Waiting on a second.
Wait, not a second, folks.
Second.
Any discussion? Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Number 6, travel, which I don't believe we had any.
No travel?
No travel. Okay, so number 7, bills.
Okay, I believe we have, what, 5 pages?
4, I
Or
believe.
4 pages? It's very difficult to see. We have the advantage of looking at the pieces ourselves in person. Any questions on page 1? Seeing none. Any questions on page 2? Don't see any. Can we go to page 3? Oh,
Yeah, those are
yeah,
bills
that's
as
right.
well.
And page 4. Make a motion to approve.
Second?
Discussion? Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Number 8, authorize various personnel actions as indicated on the summary sheet for employees within the jurisdiction of the Lorain County Board of Commissioners. At the conclusion of today's board meeting, commissioners may recess into an executive session to discuss personnel, new hires, and board appointments. And B, public comment on agenda.
Okay, in regards to item number B, public comment on the agenda items. These are people that wish to comment in regards to what we'll be voting on today. We do have somebody here who would like to comment in regards to item number 19. I believe Jennifer Smith would like to come up and discuss item number 19. And good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Okay, I'm assuming. Hello, okay.
Good morning.
Thank you for this opportunity. I'm here for the petition number 19, which is the changes to the Roth ditch. The ditch runs right by my house, and we purchased it about 4 years ago and found out that it floods immensely. It has ruined my property. It has led to various issues with my house and my husband's house and our neighbors across the street. So we would very much appreciate your support of this petition. Not only is it decreasing the value of our house, but it's also an environmental concern. It leaves a lot of standing water, which leads to mosquito breeding. And so we would just appreciate your support, and I'm here to ask for that. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, well, we appreciate your comments, and we'll be bringing that up in item number 19. I think Don will be up to give us a little bit more detail, so you want to stay for that, so
Thank you.
thanks for coming in.
Andrew has a presentation as well.
No,
No? Okay.
okay. What's that? Okay. Item number, I guess we're, item number 9.
So C, nothing for old business.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're okay. D, board business, number 9, amending resolution 23-62, adopted January 18th, 2023, providing the first and/or third Tuesday of each month at 4:30 as a regular board meeting day / public hearing for the year 2023. Amendment is to provide the opposite of Commissioner Tuesday meetings commencing on February 28th, 2023, for board meetings / public hearings at 4:30.
Move to approve? Did you not want to do,
Oh, what happened?
switch the meetings? Because remember, we were on the same day, so Teresa had to flip the weeks.
It would have been a 4:30 public meeting and then the
Oh,
5
this is for the public
PM.
meeting,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
I thought it was our commissioners.
No,
Okay.
no.
No, that's fine, okay. Second,
Discussion?
Our commissioners meeting. meetings.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure. It said commencing February 28th, and I thought it was our commissioner meetings, but I get it.
Did you want to clarify, Dave, or you want
Nope,
me to?
I think
Okay,
we're
we
good.
had scheduled meetings for 5 o'clock on Tuesdays, and then we had already previously, in a previous meeting, scheduled these special type
4:30
meetings
ones,
for
right.
4:30, so they, obviously, we can't do two meetings at
At
one
the same
time.
time.
Let me do this, okay? They're not special meetings. They're regular meetings of the board. The
Thank
board does not already always meet on those regularly
Right, that's
scheduled
what-
meetings.
right.
But they're on the schedule as regular meetings and set as a regular meeting because the board deals with things like the Roth ditch and annexations and things like that at those regularly scheduled meetings on the alternating Tuesdays.
Right.
But they're not special meetings, and they're there as regular meetings.
And thank you for clarifying that, Dan. What I should have done was just look down your way and let you explain it.
Absolutely.
Any other discussion? Commissioner Hung?
Yes,
Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Number 10, rescind Resolution 21-781, adopted December 15th, 2021, authorizing former County Administrator J.R. White to utilize the County Lormet Visa credit card accordance with the policy in Ohio Revised Code 301.27.
So moved.
second,
Discussion? Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
yes,
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Number 11, authorizing Jeffrey J. Armbruster, Lorain County Administrator, to utilize the County Lormet Visa credit card not to exceed $5,000 for permissible expenses in accordance with the policy in Ohio Revised Code 301.27.
So moved.
second,
Discussion? Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
yes,
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Number 12, approve payment from Victims of Domestic Violence Fund to Lorain County Safe Harbor, Inc., doing business as Genesis House, for the amount of $43,745.74 as collected by Lorain County for the period January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2022, in accordance with Ohio Revised Code 2303.201 and 3113.34 through 3113.39. These funds are collected through payment of marriage license fees, divorce, dissolutions, and annulment fees, and will be paid from the Victims of Domestic Violence Allocation Account.
So moved.
second,
Discussion? Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
yes,
Commissioner Riddell?
Yes.
Number 13, appoint Commissioner Jeff Riddell and Reese Dutton to NOACA Brownfield Steering Committee for 2023.
So moved.
second,
Discussion? Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
yes,
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Number 14, award a grant of $400,000 to City of Amherst for aging infrastructure in the Sharondale allotment. Total project construction cost, including sewer, water, and road surface repairs, is estimated at $1,721,997.18. The sewer and the water portion of the project is estimated at $1,308,522.18. City of Amherst will apply $633,261.09 of their ARPA funds to the sewer and water portion of the projects, and county will provide $400,000 to fund the sanitary sewer and water portion of the project to be paid from the ARP other expenses account.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Yes, I think the mayor is here today. Mayor Costello, and would you like to just make a statement too on how the process is? Or we want to wait till after his presentation?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, Mayor.
good morning, Mayor.
Oh,
I got a little extra.
even handouts.
Hey, waiting
Oh,
for the
wow.
handouts, thank you.
There's no quiz though, right?
Sure.
Thank you, commissioners, for having me here today. Would you like me to just speak on this
Yep.
item?
There you go.
Some of these things in this packet you've already seen. I've sent some of these by email, some of them you haven't. What we do in the city of Amherst, we're starting to work really well with private entities like Columbia Gas. Way back when I first became mayor, Columbia Gas would just come in, they would tear up your streets, they'd put in gas lines wherever they wanted to. And it really caused us a lot of trouble because sometimes they would do it on brand-new streets where brand-new sewers are. and we'd have to do a lot of extra work. So there's a new fellow, Ben, in their public relations department, and we've worked really well with Columbia Gas on the last couple projects. This project, each year we have a review, and if you look on the second, third, or fourth pages of that packet, it talks about some of the Columbia Gas projects that they're going to do within the city of Amherst this year, and we started talking about these about 6 months ago. What we like to do now, after Columbia Gas tells us what areas they're going to get into, we get in, we camera the sewer lines, we look at the conditions of the street, we work with Columbia Gas, we get some timelines, and when we got into the Sharondale allotment, which is the left-hand side of that page that shows it's marked in blue, we got into the sewer portion of that and found a lot of failures and deteriorating pipes. This community was built in the 50s, so this area of town is 70 years old. It built with a lot of clay pipe, built with a lot of cast iron water pipes, built with a lot of lead water pipe connections and water taps. So when we start thinking about this project, very easy to go in and pave afterwards, but we thought, since Columbia Gas is in there, they're already digging up everybody's driveway, they're already digging ditches alongside the roads to put in new mains, new laterals to everybody's house. It would also be a good time to address some of these water and sewer deficiencies and problems within that area. One of the biggest problems, or one of the biggest issues we would like to improve on, is the infiltration of stormwater into our sanitary lines. And if you look in the back portion of that packet, I gave you some pictures of some of our sanitary lines, our manholes, and you can see quite a few of the failures. This entire system is the beginning of one of our main lines. It runs all the way to our sewer plant. It runs through a pump station after it goes through this community. That pump station, we work with the EPA every year, is one of our areas that has a large amount of infiltration. There's a couple sanitary sewer overflows every year at that pump station. This would begin to address those issues and improve on that situation immensely. Again, the city can fund the road portion of this resurfacing once they are gone, but we don't have the funds to completely improve that area like we would like. Excuse me. Within that packet that I sent you, I kind of outlined the dollar amounts our engineers have gone through on this project. The total project construction costs alone, almost $1.6 million. That doesn't even include the engineering costs. That's dollars the city's willing to put into this on our own, the engineering portions. The sewer and water portion of these projects, and if you look, there was another fold-out that showed the extensive area that I want to rehab, replace, and do new water mains. That's a $1,033,000. Again, that's only construction dollars that the city of Amherst is willing to foot the probably north of $1 million or $100,000 just in engineering. So I'm not asking for engineering dollars. I'm only asking for construction dollars. We were awarded just over $1.2 million of ARPA funds. Sounds like a lot, but it really goes fast. We've used all those dollars towards sewer and water improvement projects. We improved when we did the water, when we did the regular road improvements near the high school last year, we spent a lot of money of our ARPA funds on improving those water lines, getting rid of the lead taps and things like that to make the water system safer for people. And that's really what we're trying to do in this area. I guess I could talk about the lengths of pipe. There's over a mile, 5,000 and some odd feet of sewer pipe that we're either going to replace or rehab. The rehab would be aligning. The areas there's full failures would be replacements. You can see in some of those pictures, the manholes, there's big holes. When it rains, water just pours into those systems, and then we have to go down, it goes through other people's houses downstream, it goes through that pump station. And we have really major events, it causes the overflows. So there was, let me get to my page with the footage. There's 2,000 feet of water mains that will be replaced within that area. Some of the age and some of the places we've been to, we assuming there is 35 water taps that are lead-containing water taps that we would like to get out of that system while we're working on that. And then, of course, our costs, we're gonna be resurfacing after Columbia Gas gets out of there, 4,400 feet of road, and that's again Amherst City dollars. All I'm asking is 400,000, which I say all, I know it's a lot of money, but I'm asking to match those funds that we're using, 633,000 of our ARPA funds, to completely rehab this area and improve it for those residents. There is over 100 homes in that area, so this will help a lot of people. It will help our sanitary system, and puts the ARPA dollars really to good use. Again, I'm only asking for construction dollars.
Yep.
Any,
As a commissioner, mayor, I commend you. When we reviewed the packet, this is the kind of responsible government that we look for. Many people come and look for 100% funding for whatever their particular issue is. And while sewers is not a very sexy topic for a lot of people, and we certainly can't, as county, we don't have enough money to do sewers for everybody. But what struck me was the way that this was put together with general fund dollars. Sometimes it may even have assessment dollars. It had your own ARPA money in there, consistent with your policy. And what we're doing is bridging the gap. And I commend your relationship with Columbia Gas. I hope that other communities are listening, because that happens all too frequently, that we tear something up a year after it just got, rehabilitated and stuff. And so switching those dollars that you had to this particular project made a lot of sense, because it'll probably save that amount of money instead of having to do sewers one year and gas lines another year and so forth. So this is very strategically thought out, and I commend you and your city leaders for taking this approach.
Yeah, Mr. President. Mayor Costello, we are used to seeing more of a financial breakdown sheet attached to this, and you have it just in the paragraph here. So I'm going to ask for some points of clarification just for us and for the public. You have total project construction cost, including sewer, water, road resurfacing at the 1.594 million.
Correct.
And then the sewer and water portion, is that an additional 1,033,000 for a
That is
total?
not.
So
That-
that's all, it's
there's
all
a-
in the 1.5 or the 1.6?
all the construction dollars, it adds up to $1.594. I think if you look,
Okay,
at
so I just
another
want to make
area,
sure, so your all-in price is the 1.594.
Correct.
And,
and
where,
that's construction dollars only.
and that's construction dollars only, okay. We're just used to seeing it on a, broken down on a sheet. And
Okay,
where's your
so-
city council on this?
The city council is left, we have voted on the regular road program, which includes the 500 and some odd $1,000 for the roads resurfacing portion of this. We're waiting to see what the funding is for the other portion. So they voted on the engineering to get the project started. They're on board with the entire project, but honestly, I can't do this project without the $400,000. So I just don't find it very prudent to put the cart before the horse sometimes and ask for approval unless I know I have the dollars. I'll
Yeah.
probably have to move my ARPA funds to another part of town where I can do $600,000 worth of construction and complete an area. So I need to know whether we get this or not in order to move forward, but council will be 100% on board with this.
Okay, so your total project is 1.5. Of that 1.5, you're putting 633 of ARPA funds.
Correct.
And then you're asking us for a match for less.
And that will do
And
all the
then that's
sewer
your
and water
total. And then-
portion of this.
Between as Commissioner Riddell said, between your general fund in the city of Amherst, then would make up the difference.
Actually, the difference would come from our street improvement levy. So there's no
From the
general
levy, okay.
fund dollars here. It's a street improvement levy. It's our ARPA funds and what I'm hoping county ARPA funds to bridge the gap to do that entire project. The sewer and water portion is one of the things that ARPA allows to do is sewer and water improvements. So I'm hoping to use 100% ARPA funds between the county and the city to do the sewer and water portion. The road improvement tax will do the road resurfacing. And we'll split the engineering up between some of the revenue accounts, the road improvement accounts, because they have to come from proper areas.
And just so my colleagues know, that makes it so much more clear, because usually we have a write-up of, where the money is coming
Right.
from and what's being allocated from. And then, Mr. Petticord is gonna speak to the ARPA dollars
if
and
he wants to
uses
not.
and
This is a pretty direct call out under ARP. We've talked about that before. This is one of the three areas, I would consider sewers and drainage is one of the three areas that are called out in ARPA. And also so it's clear for everybody here, and I know the mayor knows this and the board knows this because they've heard me say this before. This is technically a sub-grant, so that the county is dedicating some of the money that the county received under the ARP to the city of Amherst to run this project. So it's a sub-grant of dollars for you to run through the project. So the reporting, and I'm sure your law director, we could talk if we need to, or Casey can help, but the reporting on this, for this project will fall primarily on the city of Amherst.
Correct.
Yeah. So it's just a little different than what we usually do in that sense. Yep.
And I've been talking for 18 months about doing partnerships with all the communities where you take, like you said, you either do a smaller project, or with the county's ARPA funds, we can turn these projects into larger projects to fix the larger issues. So I do appreciate you coming in. So thank you.
thank you.
And just one other note, Columbia Gas has started their work there. I mean, that
Okay.
neighborhood is really tore up if you go through there, so we're hoping to get an answer at some point in time here in the near future to find out if we're gonna continue these improvements or move to another part. But I just wanted, Columbia Gas is on their way doing this now, and they'll probably be out of that neighborhood within a week.
Trust me, there's nothing more irritating when you're driving around anywhere in the county and we just put in a brand new road, and then you see Columbia Gas or someone putting in a water line, a sewer line, gas line on a brand new road.
And again, just to
So
talk about
when
the
I heard
part-
that you were gonna chain yourself to the bulldozers,
I had it one
thought
time.
I know,
said,
I know.
You're not cutting my new road one time. They did bore. They did bore for
They
me.
did more,
this-
but yeah, that's why I thought when we heard about this, I thought, okay, it's about time
And
government starts
they
making
have,
sense.
they are gonna move to another part of town before they close these areas up to find out if we're gonna move in next or not. So they are working with us.
Okay, which
So
is
thank
great. Private, public, everybody. So thank you
you.
for coming in.
Thank you. Thank you for answering the questions too, Mayor.
Yeah. Okay, is there anybody else? I
Mr.
think
President,
our county, county administrator has something to add?
Well, not something to add.
Oh.
I mean, it's a great project. I like that. But in our agenda here, we've got 1.721 million. And we were talking about 1.5. I'm not sure.
1.56, oh,
You
wait a minute.
have something different than we have here.
And here comes Mayor
Oh, you know,
Costello coming
no,
back.
I think what that is, that probably includes the engineering
That
costs
one, there was
and,
2 different letters sent
Yeah,
out, and I was
okay.
asked to re-clarify, so we thought we'd just talk about the construction dollars. So
Okay.
the first letter probably included engineering.
okay, thank you.
We need to modify amend our
Do we?
resolution.
Because it's only about the
I'm only- it's only about the
400,000.
400.
Yeah.
It doesn't, the resolution's fine. Whether you talk about total cost or total project cost, the point here is that it's a ARPA funds for sewers in the amount of for whatever.
Yeah, and they're
It's a
actually,
sub-grant and not a grant.
It's
correct.
But the resolution says sub-grant, we're fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Nope, that's why you guys are there to watch our
Good
backs.
catch, Mr.
Yeah,
Administrator.
yeah.
Stop being nice to me. He's been here a week already. You can start.
That's been a full week.
And if I may, Mr. President, we have Don Romanchik back here, and we talked about the $6.5 million for the stormwater projects late last year. At that time, as I told the newspaper, I wanted to go up to 8, so I'm happy to see this partnership and more money, ARPA dollars being matched, going out into our communities here in Lorain County.
Okay, call the
Anything
roll.
else? Commissioner Moore?
Aye?
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
All right, number 15, under Community Development. Creating an incentive district number 1 in the unincorporated territory of Lorain County, Ohio, and declaring the improvement of parcels within the incentive district to be a public purpose and exempt from real property taxation for a specified period. Designating public infrastructure improvements that will benefit or serve parcels within the incentive district, requiring the owners of such parcels to make annual service payments in lieu of taxes, establishing a redevelopment tax equivalent fund, creating a tax incentive review council, incorporating by reference certain county non-discriminatory hiring policies for tax exemption recipients, and authorizing related actions pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Sections 5709.77 through 5709.83 and 5709.85, Sandstone, Amherst Township.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Do we want,
Mr. Yep.
Yeah, if they have anything to add to this discussion point here.
Good morning, Board.
morning,
With
sir.
me, I'm Don Romanchek with Lorain County Community Development. With me is Reese Dunton, our Economic Development Coordinator. And today you have a series of resolutions that will continue to move our community forward and bring much continued investment and future economic development job opportunities to Amherst Township and Lorain County, and make better use of previous investments this county has made on sanitary lines down Route 58, among other projects. I'll let or defer to Reese Dunton to go over some of the basic project and the benefits, and also the partnerships that we've been working on to be able to get to this point today before you. And I hope and expect that you'll look favorably upon these resolutions. So with that, Reese, if you could, please.
Thank you for the moral support, Don, and in case I factually say anything incorrect, I assume you will step in. So this probably goes back a couple of years to when the initial conversation started with the developer. We're talking about 264 acres that's in between State Route 58 and Oberlin Road in Amherst Township, south of the Turnpike. I know that there's been previous talks of development, but again, with all the recent sewer stuff, the time was right to do this. So the plan is to implement 2 different TIF districts to be able to capture a portion of the revenue to reimburse the county for some public infrastructure improvements, primarily a spline road that will connect Oberlin Road to State Route 58. A lot of negotiations have been with the township, with the school district, Amherst Exempted Village, with the JVS, and it's that partnership that everyone was on the same page in terms of what everyone was looking for, what the development would be, and in terms of the revenue sharing. So part of what we will be approving, or you guys will be seeing on the agenda, is 3 different compensation, or a couple different compensation agreements with each of those entities, primarily the school district and the township. So we've gotten their approval and are looking for the commissioners as well to approve these. It will allow us to move forward with creating these TIF districts. And again, this is a benefit to the township. It will open up the 2 different corridors. It will provide easier access for EMS and fire. It's consistent with the economic development plan that was approved, I want to say July of 21. And it's also consistent with the county engineer's letter that was sent to the commissioners on February 13th. So again, it's a benefit for economic development as well, where there will be a portion of the project split up into single-family residential. A portion is income restricted. So again, that's bringing additional people, but maybe not age restricted. Sorry. So there won't be a burden to the school districts. So that's a point that, again, being able to bring additional jobs and investment for the commercial piece that we will look to hopefully be doing in the future. I don't know if there was anything.
That covered it. If there are any questions,
Okay.
of course, we're happy to answer.
Everybody good? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would just add for those that are watching or going to watch, that this is the, many years ago when a sewer was put in by previous commissioners, it was, why are we putting a sewer in vacant land? Well, today you get the answer to that. Because we'll be opening up a large tract of land for development, which is good for the county, it's good for the community that it's in. And this is creating, because of the size of it, this is creating the funding, because there will be, it's actually large enough, there will need to be another public road that goes through the property, because this property is all the way from Route 58 to Oberlin Road, south of the new turnpike exit, or relatively new turnpike exit at Route 58. So yeah, at this juncture, I know it's been a lot of heavy lifting by the economic development, community development, engineering people, the school board, the township. You know, there's been a tremendous amount of conversation, negotiation to get everybody where they're. This is one of those deals where everybody gets 80% of what they want, and the world gets 100% of what it needs.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you, Reese. Thank you, Don.
Any other discussion? Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Number 16, creating an incentive district number 2 in the unincorporated territory of Lorain County, Ohio, declaring the improvement of parcels within the incentive district to be a public purpose and exempt from real property taxation for a specified period. Designating public infrastructure improvements that will benefit or serve parcels within the incentive district, requiring the owners of such parcels to make annual service payments in lieu of taxes, establishing a redevelopment tax equivalent fund, creating a tax incentive review council, incorporating by reference certain county non-discriminatory hiring policies for tax exemption recipients, and authorizing related actions pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Sections 5709.77 through 5709.83 and 5709.85, Sandstone, Amherst Township.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
I think the proper term is ditto. Okay, thanks, Don.
Thank you, Don and Reese.
And Reese, sorry.
Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Number 17, authorize the execution and delivery of the compensation agreement in Amherst exempted Village School District relating to the development of certain property in the township Amherst, Sandstone, TIF.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Number 18. Authorize the execution and delivery of the compensation agreement with Amherst Township relating to the development of certain property in the township of Amherst, Sandstone, TIF.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Number 19, under Stormwater Management District. Petition to clean and reconstruct the Roth Main Ditch and lateral number 1 restoration, Columbia Township, petitioned for by Jennifer Smith and others. Viewing will be April 3rd, 2023 at 4:30 p.m. by pre-recorded drone video, and May 23rd, 2023 at 4:30 p.m., the first hearing at 4:30 p.m.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Yes, I think Mr. Stormwater is here now.
Good morning, Board.
Morning.
Good morning, Don.
And we're lucky we have Jennifer here today, Ms. Smith.
Yes.
Okay.
We've actually had the pleasure of meeting over at the county engineer's office. All ditch petitions with the recent changes require a meeting, which has been very beneficial. We were able to better understand some of the issues that they've been dealing with. We have been in conversations for years, and the ditch petition, in this case, is the best possible method to address their needs. A portion of the project had previously been petitioned, and for whatever reason, there was an area of the tile that was not included in the final approval. And so what we're attempting to do in working with the Smiths is to basically improve the drainage, include an area that was not, and extend it to a normal, an adequate outlet, which is actually the detention basin for the cobblestone subdivision. There is substantial flooding and along Mitchell Road that this would address, and also would provide needed water quality benefits as well. But it will substantially improve the quality of life. It will improve the drainage. It will provide more benefit than the cost will that will be incurred. And we are in the process of having drones fly over. So unfortunately, commissioners, I won't be taking you through people's backyards in the woods on this one, but we'll be able to watch it comfortably no matter the weather.
Are you going to be taking these photos like after a rainstorm to show the flooding? Are you guys able?
We have some of those, so you will
Okay.
see that in our presentation as well.
And how many petitioners are involved?
Actually, for this, off the top of my head, we had at least, I think, 4 property owners sign and about 6, 7 people total. Eight signed total.
Okay.
Okay. So there's been some substantial support for this, and we
Is this
do.
new, or is this part of the map that we had in regards?
This is actually new. This is going to be an additional.
Okay.
Currently, the Stormwater District has adequate funding to be able to move forward with this without having to worry about assessments
Okay,
as we go forward on the construction. And then I would anticipate that the board will continue its policy when it comes to maintenance of suspending collection of any maintenance assessments that are established as a part of this as well.
okay. And this is part of the accelerated process that we have, you have helped
This is
develop?
actually in addition, so we're now at, we took 10 years to put it into 2, we're now at like 10 years and 6 months into 2.
Okay, good. Yeah, usually it would take 10 years to take care of it. That's what he's joking about, so.
So we're continuing to move, and
No, I am
I do have
I am
you-
impressed with you guys. You guys have really done a great job and accelerated the flooding issues here, so.
I appreciate it, and I want to,
Resolution of the flooding issue.
There you go. Sorry.
I want to thank you.
Somebody else got that.
Yeah.
Our last meeting, you did approve 2 other ARPA projects that were a part of this, so we're making good progress on that list.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is there any more discussion?
Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in today. so.
Number 20, accept the engineer's final report for Fortune and Dixon ditches, Eaton Township and City of North Ridgeville, and schedule final hearing on April 11th, 2023 at 4:30 PM.
So moved.
Second, Mr. President.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I'm just looking at these dates, trying to compute this quickly and not coming up with, just to make sure we're not conflicting based on the, did anybody check, Erica, based on passing number 9, that we're conflicting on this on Tuesday, April 11th? Did anybody check?
I'll check with Teresa.
Teresa knows all this stuff.
Yes.
Okay,
I'll check with Teresa as soon as we're done here.
all right.
Do you have anything to add, Mr. Stormwater?
He thought he was done.
This is a project that's been long in coming. We've been working very well with the city of North Ridgeville with the final report in. It is just that next step. And we are getting anxious to get to the final hearing, and I believe by the time we're done with that hearing, the board will be able to direct us to go out to bid on this
Okay.
project and address a very large watershed in the community.
Okay. Thank you. Any other discussion?
Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes,
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Number 21, under Airport. Enter into a grant contract with ODOT Office of Aviation for fiscal year '23 Ohio Airport Matching Grant Program in the amount of $239,878 for airport rehabilitate, runway 7/25, reconstruct airfield lighting, vertical and visual guidance systems, airport roading beacon, and lighting vault.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
yes,
Number 22, under Children's Services. Authorize and rescind various personnel to utilize the agency's MasterCard for the year 2023, not to exceed $2,500 in accordance with their policy and the Ohio Revised Code.
So moved.
second,
Discussion? Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
yes,
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Number 23, under Common Pleas Domestic Relations, establish a recoupment policy for indigent defense fee, cost recoupment for adult and juvenile felony, misdemeanor, and contempt cases in Lorain County Common Pleas Court, Lorain County Domestic Relations Court, and Lorain County Municipal Courts in accordance with Ohio Revised Code 120.36.
So moved.
second,
Discussion?
Yes, I see we have
Sherry.
the folks from our Justice Center to come
Yeah,
in, so
good morning.
welcome.
I'm Sherry Clauser. I'm the court administrator for the Common Pleas Court General Division. I have the president of the Lorain County Bar Association with me as well, Giovanna Bremke. And just to give you a little bit of background, the court was advised that we did not have a current recoupment plan in place. So we created a team that involved the Bar Association, myself, the clerks, and the auditor's office, and then I'll let Giovanna talk on the rest of it.
Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. So we actually, Attorney Zach Simonoff couldn't be here today, but he's the one who brought it to the attention of the judges and the Bar Association. He's long had this as his project, but there is a requirement that, from the public defenders, that there's a recoupment process. So basically, if somebody is, the example they give, ordered to pay attorney's fees in the amount of $100, the county gets reimbursed by the public defender at a varying rate. So it's, in recent years, been very high, thankfully. So Lorain County doesn't have to bear those costs. At one point, it was 100% recently, and I think it's at 90% now. So in that case, if they were ordered to pay $100, they pay the $100. That 90 has to go back to the public defender. There has been a recoupment here, but we haven't had a written policy. The public defender actually provides what is very similar to what you have in front of you, and so we've authored that based on it. Any questions?
Okay, nope. Thank you for coming in and sharing that.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No.
Commissioner Moore?
Aye,
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
good job.
Number 24, under engineer. Advertise for bids for the Boone Road Turn Lanes project. Notice to be in the Chronicle on March 2nd and March 9th, 2023, and open at 2 p.m. on March 30th, 23. Project consists of resurfacing and widening portions of Boone Road for the addition of turn lanes at the Heatherstone Trail and Audrey's Way intersections. Also included in the projects are drainage work, grading, signage, and pavement markings. Engineer's construction estimate for project is $846,949.40.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Commissioner Moore?
Aye,
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Number 25, under prosecutor, execute a letter of engagement with Dooley, Gambala, McLaughlin, Pecora, Tucker, attorneys and counsel, Sheffield Village, for outside counsel for certain legal matters relating to Cleveland Communications, Inc. versus Commissioners, Lorain County Common Pleas Court Case Number 23 CV 207963.
so moved.
Second.
Discussion? Commissioner Moore?
Aye,
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Number 26, under Sheriff. Enter into subscription agreement with LexisNexis in the amount of $3,660 annually to increase inmate access to legal resources beginning March 1st, 2023, and terminating February 28th, 2026. Sheriff is required to provide inmates access to legal resources and will be paid from the Inmate Commissary and Welfare Fund account.
so moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Yes, Sheriff is here.
Good morning, Sheriff.
We might have to get a chair up here for you. You're up here every week.
Morning, Commissioners. I also got Project Specialist Andy Lobenthal with me, who works on all these contracts. I didn't work on the one for the Drug Task Force, but he worked on the others. As you know, that LexisNexis is something we have to have a law library for the inmates. That's paid out of the inmate welfare account, so there's really no county money involved. And when they buy their candy bars and make phone calls, I think that goes into that account. So they, or not the phone calls, but the candy bars and things that they get goes in there. We actually even got tablets now that they have. That's no cost to the county that they can work on and actually look on the law library on that now. So keeps them busy. We like to keep them busy. But that's no cost to the county, so just wanted to share that.
Anything else you guys want to? We
I
good?
didn't know if you wanted to.
Oh, no, you might as well
discuss
stay. We're going to do a whole bunch, so.
Okay.
Sheriff, yeah, what happens, I guess the reason you're bringing it to us in case they don't eat enough candy bars and there's not enough money.
Believe me, that's not a problem for me. I can tell you that. Mhm.
Anything else? Commissioner Moore?
Aye,
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Number 27, enter into a sub-grant award agreement with Ohio Department of Public Safety, Ohio 2022 Edward Byrne Grant in the amount of $46,925.48 for Lorain County Drug Task Force and will be applied towards the salaries to be paid from the Criminal Justice Salaries account.
so moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Sheriff?
Yes, this is a grant that we apply for every year through the Byrne, and it used to be a couple $100,000. It shrinks every year. Now it's down to 46,000, but we're not going to look any grant. We're going to take everything we can get. So that helps towards their salaries over there.
I appreciate the great work you guys are doing on that, so.
Anything else? Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Riddell?
All right.
Number 28, approve one-year renewal with Correct RX Pharmaceutical Services, Inc., Hanover, Maryland. Sorry. I always get it right in the middle. Hanover, Maryland, for provision of pharmaceutical services at the jail in the amount of $370,000, effective retro January 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2023, and to be paid from the medical supplies account.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Good morning, Sheriff.
This is
Welcome.
Andy, this is Andy's baby.
Oh, Andy,
I'll let
okay.
Good
him
morning,
talk.
Mr. Loventhal.
It's always good to see you, sir.
Good morning, Andy Lobenthal, Project Specialist for the Sheriff's Office. So the $370,000 is the not-to-exceed number. The number does vary based on the needs in the jail population. Important to note that the psychotropics and the MAT medications from this budget do get reimbursed through the Ohio Mental Health and Addiction Services in our cooperative agreement with Lorain County Mental Health and Addiction Services Recovery Board. So it's not the full 370, but that's the cap we need to have it at because that's what we have to pay out first.
Okay. Thank you.
Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Riddell?
All right.
Number 29, approve one-year renewal with Keefe Commissary Network LLC for provision of commissary services at the jail effective retro to February 18th, 2023 through February 17th, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Is this where the candy bars come in play?
That is correct, Commissioner. And we were in a 3-year agreement. This is just an additional year that we're putting in there. Things are going well. We'd like to continue as is right now.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us know and sharing that information with us.
Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Riddell?
All right.
Number 30, renew the dental service agreement with Matthew A. Stempowski, DDS, Avon Lake, Ohio, for the provision of dental services to inmates effective March 1st, 2023 through February 29th, 2024, and will be paid from the professional services account.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Sheriff, is there? Okay.
Again, just a renewal here. We're happy with the service. He's good at providing it. It's not easy to get a dentist that wants to come into the jail environment and provide services. We're pleased he does good work.
Like the symmetry between going right from the commissary and the candy bars to the dentist. That's Make sure we keep it flowing that way, right?
They always kid around because they
go
call him
ahead.
Dr. Will Yankum. That's what they call him.
I think while the two of you are here, I'd like to share with the public, again, that's part of our process now, is explaining not only what we do and why we do it and so forth, but I took the tour, spent several hours at the jail with the sheriff and the staff, and they do a tremendous job of providing services and being respectful of people that are in our facility that unfortunately they don't want to be there. But the commissary, the legal aid, and the connection to all of these services so that we can help them work their way out of the situation they're in. It's commendable with the sheriff's staff. It's not just arresting people and bringing them in. It's taking care of them and trying to get them back out and productive. And it was very impressive, not what you do, but how you do it.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Commissioner.
and if you want to speak to that, Sheriff, sometimes when you have these folks that come in, they have, spent their dollars on other things and they come in with serious problems with their teeth. So that are emergencies that need to be addressed, and it's good that you have that.
Yeah, they have to be incarcerated for so long anyway.
Right. The medical care that we provide, both for mental health and for dental and generic basic medical needs, is through the National Commission on Correctional Health Care. It's a higher standard than what we are required to provide through the state. But again, Commissioner, as you speak to, it goes to bettering the welfare of the community, having people receive medical services that they might never receive in the community, and get them back healthier once they return. They're not a burden on other services in the community. It's not excessive, I can tell you that. It's what's necessary.
Okay.
It's done with respect and dignity. I was very, very impressed with that during the tour.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
All right, Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Number 31, under Veterans, authorize payment of $945 to Heritage Cremation and Burial Society, Cleveland, for indigent veteran William R. Simpson, Sheffield Village, in accordance with ORC 5901.25.
So moved.
Second.
Sorry.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
And number 32, authorize payment of $1,000 to Jenkins Funeral Chapel, Westlake, for indigent veteran Jimmy L. Finley, Elyria, in accordance with Ohio Revised Code 5901.25.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
All right, now the public comment.
Yes, Mr. DiCarlo, good morning, sir. We only have one person, I guess, wishing to speak under public comment.
You get 3 minutes.
I thought you bring your wife, you get 6.
Tell Linda we said hello.
Michael DiCarlo, 320 Alberta, Vermilion. Good morning, Mr. President, Commissioners. Approach you again for continual process improvement and better representative government system. Again, to remind you of the yellow fire hydrants in Vermilion that we need replaced. We need money for that. When I went to the Vermilion City Council meeting. It's not like I came to you first, right? But when I got followed by police officers home to my house, I came to you because I know where the money comes from. Thanks for doing what you're doing. I understand that it's a government function for taking care of Mr. William Simpson and Jimmy L. Finley. That's good to. It's good to have be home again, right? I used to say I was never going to be cremated, but now I actually want to be cremated and buried at sea off a submarine because I saw my captain come down covered in gray, and if I can do that to somebody else, it's good stuff. The DAV chapter 20 in Lorain, it's a Louis Paul Proy chapter at 1319 West Erie Avenue, is hosting the Lorain Veterans Council Veterans of the Year banquet on April 29th of 2023. It is the 66th annual Lorain Veteran of the Year banquet. They're asking for sponsorships. I brought a packet here. I'll leave over here. If you'd like to, anybody out there listening or whatever, Mr. Ray Kershaw at 440-935-0287 or Commander Don Addy at 440-320-3781 can be reached for folks that would like to sponsor, be involved in that. Other than that, money for fire hydrants in Vermilion. How much time I got left?
A minute and a half.
Wow, I'm too efficient.
Doesn't mean you have to.
Right.
No obligation.
Right. But in the future, I'm a retired Navy chief.
Yeah.
When I got my certificate, retirement 30-year certificate, it came with arrows and olive branches.
Mm-hmm.
It says since it's in corporate capacity, I have earned the title of chief.
Mm-hmm.
So since this is a corporation, you don't call me Mr. Don't call me sir.
Oh, okay, so I'll call you
Don't
chief.
call me sir. I'm an enlisted man. I used to.
So,
Yes.
okay then.
That's like an insult. But appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
So is chief okay?
Chief's great, man. Chief's
Okay.
great.
No, I'm
Or sir, sorry. Chief's great, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you.
okay, chief.
Sheriff, we ask you not to follow Mr. DiCarlo home.
That's great. Thank you.
Okay, well, you still have 30 seconds, so there we go. We're good.
There's
Okay.
nothing wrong with being under budget.
No other public comment?
No other public comment? Continue.
Clerk's report. March 6th at 9:30 a.m. is the TID meeting. March 7th at 5 p.m. Commissioners Board meeting. March 10th at 10:30 a.m. Commissioners Board meeting. March 14th at 4:30 p.m. The CDBG fiscal year 23 hearing. And March 16th at 10 a.m. Land Bank meeting. And that's all I have.
Okay,
Mr. President?
Yep.
I'd like to make a motion to waive the reading of the board correspondence.
second.
Discussion? Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Moore?
I,
Commissioner Riddell?
All right.
And then G, new business.
then, under new business, we have a proclamation here. In the matter of proclaiming March 5th through March 11th, 2023 as Ohio 4-H Week in Lorain County, whereas the young people of Ohio and Lorain County are one of our greatest resources, and whereas the 4-H program has assisted in the growth and development of Ohio, Lorain County youth for 121 years. Whereas adult volunteers and advisors are devoting their talents, leadership, and resources to serving these leaders of tomorrow, and whereas 4-H programs in Lorain County help youth acquire knowledge and develop life skills such as self-esteem, leadership, citizenship, and whereas Ohio 4-H encourages young people and adults to become involved in the educational programs offered by the 4-H program in Lorain County through the Ohio State University Extension and the OSU College of Food, Agricultural, and Environmental Sciences. Now therefore, we, the Board of Commissioners of Lorain County, do declare and proclaim the week of March 5th through the 11th, 2023, to be Ohio 4-H Week, and urge all citizens to assist in according this observance and attention and importance to which it is so rightly entitled. Witness the 24th of February. And good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Commissioners. Thank you so much for that proclamation reading. You know, 4-H in Lorain County is strong and vibrant. I'm Jackie Baca. I'm the 4-H educator here in Lorain County, and with me today is Julie Mackey. Julie is our 4-H program assistant. Just for purposes of informing the public and reminding everybody, 4-H teaches youth life skills through hands-on learning and a safe environment. And we accomplish this through 3 program delivery modes: 4-H community clubs, school enrichment programs, and special interest programs, which are collaborations with other entities. In your folders that we prepared for you today, we have on the right side our new family and promotional items. We are currently doing open enrollment for 4-H clubs. So it's a letter explaining the process if anyone is interested in joining a 4-H club. And that is going to be connect with the local club, to choose their 4-H projects using our family guide, which is also included in your packet, and then enrolling in our 4-H enrollment system. We utilize our 4-H week to really promote 4-H, and we're very excited. Our 4-H advisory board has put together a whole week of events for the week of March 5th through the 11th. On the left side, you will find this handout that gives you every day of the week and what we're celebrating. So on March 6th, we have Memory Monday. And so we're using a lot of social media opportunities for our youth to share their favorite memory of 4-H. March 7th is Talk to a Friend Tuesday to really promote 4-H and encouraging our youth to share with their friends what they've gained through 4-H and to consider joining 4-H. Wellness Wednesday, we of course also promote healthy living through our 4-H programs. So we're encouraging everybody to really exercise that 4th H, which is health, in doing a healthy living event within their community or within their club. March 9th is This is 4-H. We are going to be having an open house from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Lorain County JVS. All are welcome to come and check out all of the wonderful programs that we have available through our 4-H program and to connect with a local club if they're interested in joining a community club. March 10th is 4-H Fashion Friday. We're encouraging everybody to wear their favorite 4-H t-shirt or sweatshirt and 4-H swag to really promote and celebrate our 4-H week. And then March 11th is See You Saturday. And that is our big annual Ohio 4-H conference, which will be in Columbus. So that's where quite a few of our volunteers will travel down to Columbus to meet others, to network with 4-H volunteers from throughout the state and celebrate each other. We do some service recognition awards and such. We also have a teen section of that conference, and our teens get to go and learn more about 4-H throughout the state and also celebrate our teen awards at that time. And I also want to share that on Service Sunday, March 5th, is what we're kicking this off with and concluding the week as well. And we are doing a food drive. So anybody interested in participating in our Service Sunday are encouraged to do that. All food collected from our clubs and from the community can be dropped off at our extension office. at 42110 Russia Road, and all of that food will be given to the Second Harvest Bank, Food Bank. So we are really excited to celebrate our Ohio 4-H Week. Thank you so much for assisting us in this and promoting our 4-H program and Ohio 4-H Week with the public.
Okay, well, thank you for coming in. We appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
You have a question? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Jackie, I see on the front of the thing here, it says the open house is on Thursday, March 9th, but on the back it says 6 to 8 p.m. Is it an all-day event, or is it just that window of time?
It is just that window of time. So we've had a great relationship with JVS. They open their doors to us in the evening after classes have commenced. Or concluded, I should say.
You want to do a picture for the
No.
proclamation? No? Yes, no, I'm good.
He had a question.
Would this be would this be something that we would want to have our staff get onto our county website with a link to 4-H and maybe advertise the open house for those that aren't already involved in 4-H just for those that are cruising through everything we do?
Yeah.
Is that a big deal for the staff to get into so that it's out there that week?
Yes, Commissioner, I think that is something that we can do. I'll get with Ms. Chris Kish, and she can get that posted for us on our Facebook page.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. We appreciate that, Commissioner.
Okay,
We
any other
don't
questions?
do or don't want to do a picture for the Facebook
No,
page?
it's okay. Okay, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
I'll do a picture with you afterwards, Jackie, if you want.
Sounds perfect. Thank you.
So, I had a discussion with Mr. Petticord in regards to executive session today. And how would you like to move
Would you like me to,
forward?
would you like me to
I would like to do, I think we're going.
state your motion for you?
Yeah, show prep this because I'm a little, well, we'll talk after.
I believe the motion is that the board will go into executive session in order to discuss things that are otherwise required to be kept confidential by federal or state law.
Oh, okay. That's a lot easier. Is that all, is there any personnel matters? Can we
Personnel
add that?
matters, which are, Eric already mentioned personnel matters.
Right, but in the motion, I didn't know if we needed to add.
In addition to the meaning, in addition to the reasons stated by the clerk, there is
Okay,
a matter
there you
that
go.
is otherwise required to be kept confidential by federal or state law that we can discuss in executive session.
So moved.
Second.
Well,
Second?
Discussion?
yes, the reason why I had him do that is, there is some discussions that are deemed to be confidential. It is my understanding it will take 1 hour, so I don't want people thinking we're doing anything other than what we're required to do. So, for all those people that are waiting and watching us online, it's gonna be at least a minimum of 1 hour. And those of you that know how I feel about executive session, I'm not a big fan of it, but this is a necessary executive session, so that's my comment.
Any other discussion? Commissioner Moore?
Aye,
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Riddell?
All right.
time is 11:37, let's see if we can do it.
If it only takes an hour, I'll be a happy guy.
They want an hour by themselves.
This is everything that needs signatures. I know, right? I'm sorry.
I had,
You're like, I already have to.
oh, I forgot about it. I forgot you guys know each other, I forgot about that.
Let's have it. 400 grand gets off my fingers. Well, I walked in here before you said that.
Okay, Victor, we're done. And we're back. It's 1:27, and I move to adjourn.
Second.
Third.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Okay.
Have a great
Have a
day.
good weekend.
Thank you.